Hey everyone, my name is Alexander Duclos, and today I'm going to be giving you a little showcase about how my project for CS361 Fall of 21 interacts with a microservice developed by my teammate Braden. So first, a little bit about what you're seeing on the screen. I have on the right here my Heroku hosted app up and running, and then over here on the upper left is the Heroku console, so you'll be able to see that this is indeed live. And then below that is just some code from the server backend that I wrote that I'll use to help illustrate how the microservice interaction actually occurs. A little bit about this app. So this web app is kind of the idea is it allows users to select from a list of Twitter accounts that are, important in the pandemic. So like the president, the CDC, whatnot, different scientists. And then it will allow the users to select a time frame and it will create a digest that shows all the tweets related to COVID-19 within that time frame in one place. And where the microservice interaction is going to take place is when we want to share that digest information with other people via email. So Braden's microservice will essentially allow us to take the digest that we've generated with the account we've selected and the time frame and email it off to whoever we want. So I'm going to take you through that process. So if we go ahead and click start here, we'll be presented with a source selection page. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and choose the POTUS account. So Joe Biden. And then we're going to be asked to enter our time frame. So for example, if we want to get all of the COVID-19 tweets for the month of October of this year, we can go ahead and enter that information. And when I hit View Digest, what you'll see in the Heroku console over here is my app basically parsing through all of the Twitter information from that account, looking for the important ones that are related to COVID. So if we go ahead and click that, you can see it starts crunching. And here is a page that presents all of those tweets with their date and time information as well as their contents. So now comes the part where my program is going to interact with Braden. So when we click share here, we're going to send a post request to another, or excuse me, get request to another page of my app where we're going to enter an email. We can enter up to 3 as I have it set up here, but 1 is required. So for the sake of this example, I'll just go ahead and enter my OSU email. And then we also need to enter something that will identify us that will be put in the subject line. So I'm going to go ahead and put my initials. You could put your name, anything like that, but just so it's not like, oh, hey, here's an email from, you know, this app and there's, you're not knowing who it's from. So then when we go ahead and click share is when the post request that's attached to the share submit button will be handled by this route handler in my program. So you can see it will end up a post request to share ends up here, and then it will call this function email out. And what email out will do is build the payload necessary for Braden's app to send the email out. So you can see a little bit of information about that here. It's a JSON that has 3 fields, 2 subject text that need to be formatted properly from the information entered on the share page of my app. So that's kind of what's happening down here. We're formatting the subject line for the email, the body, as well as putting in the email address to this object. And you can notice that the URL that it will be sent to is up here. This is for Braden's service and is not associated with mine. And so essentially, once we've gone through and formatted all the stuff and put it into the JSON object that we need, we go ahead and convert it to a JSON here and then send off a post request to Braden's service right here and then load the template for the email sent. So if I go into my Oregon State, we'll see it's 7:43. So at 7:41, I received an email. Let me just make sure that's the last one because I have been testing this tonight. If we go down 1 minute ago, so that should be it. And you'll see that it has all of that Twitter information separated by time and tweet pairs sent to the user that we entered the email address of. And you can see the identifying information. Whoops. Identifying information ends up here. So hey, it's AD, those are my initials. They end up in the subject line of the email. And And yeah, thank you very much.